here for the battle. I'm going to see his army move out. I'm going to move my Colossi to the high ground. You can actually see those with this Void Rays. I didn't know he had those, so I'm trying to move back. He's got a split on his army, so my Colossi are just gonna kill his concave here. My Zealots are charging forth and tanking. Void Rays are focusing firing down the Colossi. I'm losing a lot of them here. Not a good idea. I'm gonna pull them back, reinforce with some Stalkers, and try to take out those Void Rays, which are now fully charged. I need to retreat back. Hopefully they lose their charge, and then I can take them out pretty easily with the Stalkers. Again, need to protect these Colossi. Very powerful against ground, but they're weak to so many different things. I don't pull back here, so they stay fully charged. He doesn't move on and keep his charge. I need to warp in some more Stalkers here, which I do, to try to take out these Void Rays. I think at this point he's going to go for my natural here, or my gold expansion. Check out the saturation here. 49 Harvester still. At this point I finished both charge and blink. Probably blink micro here, take one out, or blink up here with my Colossus. Should have sight. Instead I'm just going to go towards my minerals. We'll speed it up again and try to guard against these. At this point I should have a huge economic income advantage. He's all mined out as main. I'm also mined out, but I moved my probes over to the gold here. So I really need to push this economic advantage. He's got, looks like, 7 warp gates, 2 stargates, and a robo facility. I pushed out my 4 warp gates and my 2 robo facilities. I really need to be making more units here. So many minerals, 3,000, 1,500. I should be constantly warping in units from my warp gates. I should be chrono boosting my warp gates. I should have more Colossi being made. I really need to macro up and push out before he takes another expansion. He kind of distracts me a little bit here. I spend a lot of time trying to kill these Void Rays. They're not really doing much damage. If he comes in with this Void Ray, I could have just warped in a few Stalkers anywhere I wanted and taken them down. At this point, I want to take him out. Not really sure why. I spent a lot of micro time when I could be macroing up. Again, 2,000, 1,300 here. Could be macroing up. I am a little bit pushing out more Colossi and getting some warp gate units out. Get my first Templar out. Decide that, hey, I can use my Psi Storm here to reach him. I'm going to go send this Templar to do that. Warp in some more Templar to be used. He's macroed up a pretty decent army again. Again, he's got tons of warp gates. His income is hurting pretty badly. He finally does a transfer way late from his main base to his natural. He really needs to get up this gold expansion. I had sent a probe over to this natural and up here to check to see if he had expanded, and he hadn't. Throw a pylon here in case he decides to. I can warp in some quick units. This Void Ray gets away. So now I decide, let's just end this. I have the advantage. He's mined out. Start chrono boosting warp gates. Should be creating another set of warp gates here. Now I'm just going to mass up units and push out. Again, I've got the tech advantage. All he's got is Stalkers, a few Void Rays. I've got all these Colossi up, pushing out Immortals. Should be pushing out more Stalkers, just more and more units. Look at army size, 142. He's only got 96, and you can see I just keep going up as I warp in more units. Army value just keeps skyrocketing for me. I need to push out here, try to keep him from getting an expansion or 2. Really, he should have probably been expanded to a 4th base by now, especially with that early expansion. Really didn't take advantage of that like he could have. Not quite as saturated as I could be. My gold, probably should pull off some of these guys from my natural. So I think I'm going to decide to move out here. Yep, I'm going to do that. Again, 170 over 109. Looks like army value is just skyrocketing. Sort of attack moving here. Have my Colossi in the high ground. Got a nice concave going with my Stalkers, which is helpful because he doesn't have any Colossi. got his Void Rays, going to focus those down since they're a danger for my Colossi. Then blink in here to tank a little bit for my Colossi. Goes ahead and leaves the game. Again, he secures this fast expansion, his fast natural. He doesn't really take advantage of it by saturating it. I had an income advantage almost the entire game. I had a harvest advantage the entire game. If you're going to take this risk and get this fast expansion, I could have pushed out earlier and tried to take down that expansion, but if I don't, then he's got a major advantage over me income-wise, or at least he should early in the game, and he never really pushed that. Need to be constantly pushing out probes, using your chrono boost on them. I don't feel good unless I have 30 probes basically on each base. Need to do a transfer from your main to your natural once you get the natural up and running, and he probably should have been on the gold, if not this natural at this point, and really push the economic advantage. He had a lot of warp gates up. He could have attacked continuously and really just whittled me down. I was going for some higher tech. He probably should have done the same, either Darks or some Templar, Colossi, maybe even some carriers here out of the Stargate. Should have done something. You can't win the game just with Stalkers and Gateway units alone, at least not 25 minutes into the game. I got my quick Colossi out, repelled his attacks, and pretty much sitting pretty the entire game. It didn't really push me at all. Didn't even use my Templar here. Made some mistakes on my part. For the most part, though, I think I pretty much soundly outplayed him here. Macroed up. Probably a little late. Could have pushed out earlier. I had all those minerals. Could have expanded again. But feel pretty good about my PvP here. Protoss don't really give me any trouble. So hopefully my next cast can be against Terran or Zerg, which tend to give me a little bit more trouble. Thanks for watching.